No, I understand that, but just think about the damage that this would have on the American teenager. No, no, sir, I'm not suggesting that the boy doesn't want to go in the army. I'm not yelling. Who's yelling? I understand that, sir, but at the induction center, 2 weeks from today, it'll be done. Rosie, thank God you've come. This is the end of Alabama. Conrad Birdie is going into the end.
And your faithful secretary is hereby submitting her resignation.
Huh?
I just dropped in to say goodbye, Albert, darling. Lots of luck.
Oh, Rosie, not today of all days. Where are my pills? My little white pills that I take when I'm overwrought.
Here.
It's too big. Can you break it in half?
You're 33 years old, Albert. You can take a whole aspirin.
I am not 33. A long way from 33. It won't be 33 till tomorrow. Water.
It's no use, Albert. My mind's made up. I've been with Almelu for 8 years now, and as you well know, I've been a lot more than just a secretary to you.
Rosie, those were moments of madness.
Well, between those moments of madness and the office, I put in a good 90-hour week.
Rosie, if you're talking about something of a more permanent nature between you and I, I'm not ready for it. Besides, there are religious differences.
Spanish is not a religion.
And if it's part of the company that you're after, well, the answer is no to that, too. Almelu is me, Mama, and Lou. And any change to that would kill that wonderful woman.
Nothing to kill your mother after except maybe a silver bullet.
I won't drop poor old Lou either. He loved you, Rose.
I loved Lou too. Sure, he was warm, he was loyal, he was lovable, but he died 6 years ago, and besides, he was a wire-haired terrier. Anyhow, I don't want a part of the company. This is something much more important.
Rose, if you're wanting to discuss what I think you want to discuss, I'm in no mood to discuss it.
There's nothing to discuss, Albert. Conrad Birdie is going into the army. I've quit. The only thing you can do is give up the business and go back to college and get your degree.
Rosie, I'm up to my ears in debt. Conrad Birdie has a $50,000 guarantee that I can't pay. And I have just taken a severe overdose of aspirin.
Albert, this may be your very last chance. Will you listen to me, Albert? I'm serious. Is going in the army is the best thing you can do. Now you're free to start to do what you wanted to. Albert, Albert, Albert. I remember how you told me I should trust you for a year. It would just be for a year, but it's 8 years, Albert. 8 long years, Albert.
It takes time to build a business.
It was only a sideline, that's what you said. You just needed some money, that's what you said. You were going to college and get ahead. Instead of being a music business bum, you were going to NYU and become...
Don't say it, Rosie.
an English teacher.
Rosie.
And furthermore, you wrote poetry.
Rosie, please.
And in the NYU yearbook for 1952 under Albert Peterson's very favorite piece of literature. You know what it said? Little Women.
I'm ruined at show business.
An English teacher, an English teacher, if only you'd been an English teacher, we'd have a little apartment in Queens. You'd get a summer vacation, and we would know what life means. A man who's got his master's is really something.
I'll make a deal with you. Stay with me. Help me get out of the red, and I promise, as soon as I pay off Conrad's guarantee, I'll give up the company and take up the academic life.
Albert, you're on.
It might take a little while, but I'm sure by 73 or 74, what is that?
Something that's gonna push that date up 50 years. Pick a name.
Pick a name, what are you talking about?
Oh, never mind, I'll do it for you. McAfee. Kim McAfee. Age 15. President and Recording Secretary, Conrad Birdie Fan Club number 2748 of Sweet Apple, Ohio. Mary, would you give me Sweet Apple, Ohio? The number is capital 7AA20, and call me right back.
Wait a minute, what is going on here? Who is this Kim, whatever her name is?
Kim McAfee, Albert's what's going to send you back to college with the biggest hit song this business has ever seen, and it's called One Last Kiss.
I never heard of it.
You haven't heard it yet. But when you do, and when that one last kiss is from Conrad Birdie on his way into the big gold army for 2 long years, and he gives that kiss to one of his fans, chosen at random from 1,200,000 screaming, hysterical teenagers, it'll make Mr. Birdie the hottest soldier since Joan of Arc.
Rose, I'm beginning to see it. We cut the record here in New York.
Take that greasy bongo playing car thief to Sweet Apple.
Let him kiss the kid.
And release the record. Oh, Albert, you'll make enough money to stay in college the rest of your life.
It is wonderful. I promise, as soon as I get out of the red, it'll be just the 2 of us, Rose. In perfect bliss. Bliss? Kiss. That rhymes. I wonder if anyone's ever used it before. Oh, well, it's good for the song. Oh, one last kiss gives me so much bliss. What is your dentifrice? Too clinical.
An English teacher, someday he may be an English teacher. Yes? Well, every phone in Sweet Apple gets you busy. What's going on there? Kim McAfee just got pinned? To who? Oh, never mind, Mary. Just keep trying and call me right back.